Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a tutorial, but it means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own project. If you're like me and really enjoy having something on while you work, sometimes the content you like is very visually engaging, and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far along in your project as you would have liked to. So that's where I come in. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I finally get to share with you guys the showcase of the socks. Shout out to Knitting Socks and Custom Socks, the pattern books I used for these socks, mainly the knitting socks, but one pattern did come out of Custom Socks, which I later found out. Otherwise, I had used the Ravelry pattern that was from Kate Atherley for the Wise Hilda for the first sock we see. And here is all of the socks together before I pack them up to ship them out. So thankful it's all done now. Whew. So here is my brother's fiance sock, and below is his sock. So the first and the last socks that I worked on for this project are here in this picture and in this footage, and it's just a nice where I started and where I ended. Very nice. So nice. It's just nice to see everything done. And of course sock weight and a worsted weight at the bottom there. And I'm doing voiceover, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on. So for the Wise Hilda sock for my brother's fiance, I took the instruction of the pattern and decided to close up the toes for all of the socks that I knit, with the decreasing until I had 8 stitches remaining and then running the yarn through the toe to close it up, so you get this cute little flower or starfish shape at the top of the toe, which closed it up fine. I think I'll keep using this method for speed. These socks I initially knit for my cousin, but because I knit them the same size as the ones for her daughter, I decided to give these to my cousin instead. Because of the modeling in the socks, they are kind of a mix between her son and her daughter's socks, and I thought it would better be for her and do the more defined color blocking for the children instead. These came out fine. There were a couple knots in the yarn, which I've noticed in a few of the yarns I've used, but other than that, oh, and when I was picking up the stitches, I noticed there was a big gap in one of the sides, so I had to compensate for that for sock 2. These are now for my cousin's daughter, and you guys know from watching the series that I struggled a lot with these because I found out that the chroma yarn sock 1 had a very harsh join between the purple and the green. So I'll let you guess which sock of the two was the first sock that I had made and which one was the second. But I ended up going along and cutting the yarn and starting it over again at that harsh join between the purple and the green for the second sock, just to keep them looking the same. It was a pain because I had wasted some yarn, but I kept it for scrap purposes, so maybe I can use it for something else at another point. But if you guessed sock 2, you are correct. Sock 2 is where it had naturally, quote unquote, naturally joined between the purple and the green in a very harsh way, which I was not pleased about once I started knitting. These are the bulky weight socks I knit for my uncle, the green on top, and my aunt, the purple on the bottom. I was so happy that these went by so fast. So going forward, I'm definitely going to stick to the majority of the socks that I knit for others with a heavier weight yarn just to get through them faster. My brother's socks were worsted, so they took a little bit longer, but the fact that he also had a larger foot meant I spent more time making the length. But using this bulky weight to make some nice house socks or some boot socks was really nice, and they knit up so quickly. I was able to whiz through these very, very fast, so I'm very happy about that. And they look very nice. Considering how big the yarn is, they still had nice stitch definition, so I'm hoping that once they get these, they'll be very pleased with their socks as much as I was with making them. Just admiring the craftsmanship. Now these I made for my cousin's son. I love this color. So happy that I could do these, and this really concludes, the whole video. These are in a sport weight, kind of like a heavier sock, kind of like a light sport. The yarn was very fine and ripped a lot, but other than that, I was so happy. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you later in the week with some more footage, but give it a like. There's also a playlist link below where you can see the whole process start to finish with each sock. So take care and bye.